The taxpayer's email phone number at gsm.com. The taxpayer's phone number at gsm.com. All right, and for the address, please, you need to search. Click here on the search. Click on search, yes, because we go on. Now put in your residential address here, not the number, you have put the number already, the street name, the first column, street name. Where is it located? Alright, so click on search. The street does not exist, so we can now create one. Go ahead. Alright, so click on the radio box, that circle beside the circle, the small circle here. Click here to select it. Hold on for it to come into this box. Once you select must come into this box. Now, click on that.
This?
Yes. Alright, now, under employee, because we know is under what agency? Lagos State Internal Revenue. Then we can search for his employee details and put here. For taxpayers who comes as direct assessment, please ignore this place. Ignore the employee as taxpayers who under direct assessment and all of that. Ignore it and just click on create. But for him, go to the search button.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, what's the LRS PID? 32. On to the next column. Now, let me explain what we are doing here. Now, because he knows the code, the corporate ID for LIRS, that's why he is entering it here. In case he does not know the name, the comp ID of the company you are creating, you have to search. You just put the name of the company here to search. But because we know the comp ID, so we have entered the comp ID here. So click on submit. You can see that. So click on the radio box. Choose it. Now click on create. Go down. Okay. Okay, I understand what we have here. Someone already told me. Now, on the full name, iPhones are not allowed. There's an iPhone in the name. Do we see that? So the iPhone is not allowed, like a compound name. So, yeah, I know. Then, yeah, we can just go back. Sorry, we ought to have created this, but because of that error. Okay, so please quickly fill in the same information. We should round this up in the next 2 minutes.
said creating a person doesn't have an email address. You should use the taxpayer's phone number as GSM.com. Does that GSM.com have to be small letters or capital?
Small letters. Although the email address column is not case sensitive, but it advisably use the small letter. Yes, just to allow this thing fly. Yes. Please, I think you should write your questions down. It is after the whole section that is allowed to ask questions. Sorry, somebody just asked a question that I think is very good we all get this. Now, she was asking about it's regard to a land discharge transaction. Probably a customer who is living, who has properties in several places and is living in a particular residence, and when he's going to pay his land discharge, he wants the address of the property he's paying for to appear on the receipt instead of where he's presently living. Now, I think that one is at the back, the bank end, BANK. Bank end, there's a solution to that, and I think it's good you are aware. On the receipt, on every land use charge receipt, you're expected to get two addresses. One is residential address, because at the point of creation, his residential address remains a very key address for him to be located, so that cannot change. Now, the next address. All right, see on the board now. This can we just clap for our agency has mentioned the KID for the taxpayer? Sorry?
I didn't get a card for me.
No, he is not the one to give you the card. Don't worry. How you get the card, you get to know later in the course of the workshop. So before I write this up, I just want to explain the receipt. So on land use charge, you have two addresses there. The residential address where the taxpayer is living, and the address of the property he is paying for will also be on the receipt, because his residential address remains his permanent address. The property address also goes under the receipt. So you have two receipts. So if you are validating a land use charge receipt, always ensure that you have two addresses on the receipt, permanent address and residential address. Is that very clear? All right. So, well, please can we just encourage our two brothers to return back to their seats? He has written it down. So. All right, so thank you very much for giving me your audience. Thank you for cooperating with me. Thank you for your questions, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to stand before you to say, have a good day. My name remains Adekunle Jonathan. God bless you all. Thank you. Aki Jonathan.
To move on, well, I need to let you know that this particular workshop or training, as we may want to call it, goes one after the other. He has talked about website, but website is a common interface to every other person that will speak here today. So you see them going back and forth to website. So don't be disturbed or surprised that we have seen this before. That is the basis of what they need to talk to us about. I want to call on another facilitator, and he'll be talking to us about automated revenue receipt, which many of us know to be ARR. That's the acronym of automated revenue receipt. And And we know that revenue receipt is actually the evidence of payment. If we are making payment and we don't have the receipt, we may not get service. So I'll call on Mr. Olushile. Is from e-banking department of Alpha Beta Consulting LLP. Is going to take us through automated revenue receipt. Can we appreciate him, please?
My name is Olushile. So I'll be talking to us on ARR, which is automated revenue receipt, which we all know as the evidence of payment, the revenue receipt, before we render service to any payer. These are what we need to see from the payer as an evidence that he has actually made the payment, the claim he has paid. So we are going to be looking at the features, the new features we have of this ARR and what are they meant for. And we are going to be looking at the new ones that have been added to it and how can we use it. So under this ARR, we are going to be looking at the new features. We are going to be looking at the last task paid and the last task clearance. And we are going to be looking at how can we validate, how can we authenticate the genuineness of the receipt, the revenue receipt. So I'm doing that, which is the one of the main focus. We are going to be looking at how can we use the QR code to authenticate the genuineness of the receipt, and how can we use our SMS, just using your phone to type and send it to a particular number. And we're also going to look at how can we use our website, how can we use websites to validate. So we're going to look into that, and thereafter we're going to go to validation register. So let me start with our the last task paid. We're going to see that below the taxpayer name on any revenue receipt is also a new features. If you check page 19, we're going to see the revenue receipt there. We're going to see below the payer name, we have the last task paid. For this particular taxpayer, we can see November 2011. So this tells us, this last task paid tells us the last time the payer made payment, pay his tax. So as an agency is an indication, and it gives us a knowledge about this payer. We know that Lagos State government is not going about pursuing people in their houses that come and pay tax. But as agency, before rendering service, we need to, the person we are rendering service to need to be a regular taxpayer. Because at a point we are going to require for such person to bring a tax clearance certificate. So in the view of that, just looking at the receipt the person has presented to you, you can just check, is this person a regular taxpayer or not? Perhaps the last tax payment, you can just, maybe the last tax payment just never. So these are just giving you a direct indication that this person has never paid any tax. So you can, okay, where are you working, this and that, you can get your, go and pay some tax, you can pay your tax, or where's the tax clearance, this and that. So you can now know that this person has not been paying tax. But if you just see that maybe in the last tax pay, you can just see August 2013. So you can just give you a view that this person is a regular taxpayer, that he hasn't paid his tax up to August. So that page is going to show the payment of what? Of tax. So also we also have I hope we get that clear. So we can also see the last tax clearance. So the last tax clearance tells us about when we make payment, it tells us about the last time the LRS or the appropriate tax authority has adjourned or certified or declared the taxpayer what he has paid as adequate. That this person has made a payment, just paid, but the LRS, the tax authority, appropriate tax authority needs to confirm what you have paid after assessing you, that based on your assessment, what you paid, is it accurate, is it adequate? So if it's adequate, they confirm it. So from that place, we can now view if what this person has been paid so far, it has been confirmed by the appropriate tax authority as being adequate. Are we clear about that too? Are we clear about that? So we are going to see that features which is just newly added to the automated revenue receipt that is going to help us as an agency before revenue service to know, the tax status of the tax of the payer or the revenue payer that we are attending to. So we can leave that and proceed to validation. So I told us earlier that we can validate our receipt before we want to authenticate the receipt to see if the receipt is genuine or not. So there are ways, there are means that have been supplied, just to be sure that nobody just give us fake receipt, just design one receipt and present to us that this is the receipt, this is the revenue receipt. But we need to, before we accept any receipt from someone, we need to validate it. We need to be sure that this receipt is genuine. So how can we do that? So a lot of features has been also been added to the receipt that can help us to ascertain that and achieve that easily. For example, this key, this PR code, which is quick response code. So it's very easy. It's very, very easy to use. If you have a good network on your phone, within less than 30 seconds, you'll be able to achieve that. You'll be able to get if the receipt is valid or not, we're going to get the receipt number, we're able to get the payer name, we're going to get the amount, we're going to get the dates on the receipt. That you can just view on just using your phone to view it. And this QR code, we can have it on most of our phones. We can have it on Android phones, we can have it on iPhone, we have it already installed on BlackBerry, we can have it on our Nokia. So it has been already installed in BlackBerry. Just going to your BBM, you will get it. But on Android or iPhone or Nokia phone, we need to install it. So for Android, you can go to Android Market, download this barcode scanner. So when you download the scanner, you can use it to validate using this QR code on the receipt. I think we can see, can we identify that QR code? In the left top corner of the revenue receipt, can we identify it? Yeah. On page 14, or page 15 or 19, you can see it. So we also have it on the board, the QR, that's it. So that's the code. What we just do, so if we have our phone with us, our BlackBerry, let's bring it out, our Android phone. So let's just go into practical now. Let's just practice as we are explaining it. So if you have your BlackBerry, bring it out. If you have it already installed on your Android phones or iPhones, you need to install it.
Yeah, we do that. Now you open this site. The address is in your manual. Go to QR code, you see. For Android, the Nokia phone, whichever you are using, you see where to download the app. The Android iPhone.
Of course, we can have our BP, we can just...
Facilitators will assist you. Relax, let's all do it. Download it once and for all your phone. You can use it at all.
But for us that are using BB, let's go to your BBM, your BlackBerry Messenger.
But let the Android download and start putting it together.
Okay, can we download?
Display the address for the Android to download. Check your manual. See a page of QR code. Android. You see the link.
This is just wants to show, and by next week, give it to Banana and bring money. Telling you
and this red having this another to open the link. So this shows that it's valid. Okay? It shows that this is valid and it gives us the link.
Hello, can we continue?
Yes. That's it.
Do we get it? We that we are using BP. Do we get it?
So it shows it's valid.
I tell you, that's what you do. Somebody I know.
Hello. So that's just one of the ways in which you can validate receipts. Hello. Can we settle down?
I tell you.
Can we settle down? So we have various ways of validating receipts, which that QR code is just one of the ways in which we can validate.
You know what you say.
But I know as an agency, we recommend that you validate using the website. So those are just one of the ways. Maybe you want to do it personally at home, you just want to do it for somebody just to ascertain if the receipt the person is holding is genuine. So we have various ways. So we just make use of the one that is what available. If you don't have BP or you don't have Android phone, you can use QR code. You can just send it through SMS. You can use your SMS. Anybody can send SMS. Are we clear? So we have different means of achieving that. So are we clear about the QR code? So for BP, for those of us using BP, you just go to your BBM, BlackBerry Messenger, invite BB contact. Go to your menu, invite BB contact.